Hey, greetings for joining us. Okay, so this is the year 10,000. Of course, that's not right now. I'm going to channel the year 10,000. I'm not sure if that's going to do much good for anybody, but some people seem to like it. It just feels like they need to. It feels like they're here. Who's they? That's probably us. We're probably eating bonbons, living the life. Or it's just World War 20, World War 500, or a world reset where America is now called Tartaria or something like that. Or they call it McDonald's. I don't want to think like that. Of course, the Archon Digital Dark Age that we're pretty much already in. The world does seem like it's getting darker than lighter. I know some people feel differently about that. It seems like the world energies, the ocean energies of the human consciousness have gotten thicker. Well, it's been thick for a while, but I feel like it's gotten thicker recently because we're not really seeing a whole lot of change. We're not seeing much of anything. As much people feel like there is change. Obviously, there's always change, but maybe not the change that people are thinking. So world reset also feels like we're kind of going through like a slow burn version of one right now. It's like what Netflix, Disney, and who knows what other cards are going to fall after this. So it just basically got to be more real with ourselves. In a way, not in a negative way, just in a way of just dissecting reality, understanding a little bit better. Some get a little bit too positive and start lying to themselves. Eventually, reality will come to them. Eventually, I'm not sure, maybe never. But some are hopeful, and that's fine. But some are also going to reincarnate here again too, that are a little bit too hopeful and disconnected. You can kind of tell who's going to come back and who's not. Well, if you say you're not going to come back here, you're probably not going to come back here. If you like dead says like no, but others are really holding on to this timeline where things will get better and start lying to themselves, yada yada yada, and that really shows the energy of those coming back. Or in some world like this, let's put it that way, some reality that's similar to this. It's really hard to say the full story of it. It seems like it's a topic that comes up every now and then. Feels like I just feel like the world reset energy. That's what brought that up about people feel like they're coming back or not coming back or whichever. But yeah, year 10,000. It's just a fun one to connect to. Who knows if it'll be hopeful or not? It's just something different. So yeah, I'm getting. Because the other subjects are a little bit heavy. A little bit, depends on how you look at it. Where are we going at? Okay. All right. Is time to come in private sessions? We have a schedule and a shop here. I just got into April, and now we're leaving April. So I'm on April 6th, but I have not really got to April 6th, but I've entered April 6th. Same situation here. You have a webinar. Yeah, whatever that is. We have the social network behind the scenes. And I have the conference coming up, and also you can book. Actually, booking for this will be a good idea now. But whatever you want to do, it's gonna be really stressful. It's gonna be a stressful week. I can feel it now. It'll be fun, but it's also gonna be heavy. So what it looks like. So okay, year 10,000. Before we go into that, the digital dark age that we're going into. So some people probably feel we're not really evolving that much. Well, everybody's evolving in their own way, but the world itself is being really tested by technologies, and the AI consciousness is coming in stronger, and it does feel like the fun out of life is kind of being sucked out of us. It's not like the 60s or the 70s or even the 40s. So it's getting more dense and lighter. So it's yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, it's just like we're going through a spiritual jungle at this point. Now, some do connect to spiritual energies and like love being spiritual, and that's great and everything. But it feels like also that can be kind of like a diversion to reality. It's like a hobby, which is nothing wrong with that. But like you do your spiritual meditations, but where's your soul really going anyway? Is, like, do you know where you're going when you do a meditation? Do you know what's going on around you? Uh, Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So, especially like how many spirit guides you have, how many spirit guides have you fired recently? um, I guess some of like comes to the topic of who's coming back here. If I'm coming back here, fuck, man, I'm gonna need like a million guides. I'm gonna shadow ban most of them. I'm gonna shadow ban YouTube. And my guides, I put my guides through a lot of work. So, yeah, I'll be going through guides. Like, I'm not going to go into details on that. It's rough. So, it's probably a whole like building filled with guides that I fired and cleared out and things like that. So, somebody's messing with the background. It was just bored. So there goes that. That's Fritzy messing with it. So, okay, all right, we're going to year 10,000. That's what that feels like. Just getting there. Well, it's easier to jump up there and do it, but she's doing it for her. So, yeah, real quick, it feels like those that are going to reincarnate here again. I don't know, I think it's kind of more obvious than people want to realize. It's not something that's talked about very often, but you can kind of feel it. It's especially, I don't know, those that feel everything's going to get better and all that, which it will to a certain level, but the world's going to do what it's going to do. So some are, those that are lying to themselves a lot, I don't know. It's like, did you really learn what was here while you were here? Life might have been good, but did you really pick up on what was here? Or did you figure this place out? Probably not. And of course, there's demonic beings that incarnate here all the time. And a lot of them are attractive people. They have to be attractive so they can pull people in and mess with them. So looks aren't everything. So yeah, I met a couple of them. It's not fun. So yeah, talk about complicated trickster beings. So all right, going to year 10,000. All right, blessings. Here you go. Greetings. Yes, we are future human energies from the year 10,000. We are, yes, of course, a future version of you. Of course, timelines shift all the time. Doesn't mean that you're going to synchronize with our future reality. We are connected to the Palladians, the Arcturians, and several other beings. Yes, our frequencies is a lot lighter. Of course, we learn a lot from the lessons of your Earth. As we don't, it's like the books of your reality, the lessons that you're learning. So even like a physical book is written here, is it has a lot of issues connected to it, right? Usually, especially if it's a fiction book, whatever it might be, it shows the lessons that your world is still healing from and learning from. So some of you are putting an energy as like, you know what, this is what I've learned, this is what I haven't learned, and all of that. You put that energy out there, and humanity say, oh, look, another challenge for ourselves. So you're always putting challenges out there in front of you. That's why the world keeps going on the way it is. It's like one challenge after the other. You can't get enough of it. One mistake after the other. You just can't get enough of it. So that's why it stays in this loop that goes on forever. Of course, it's only temporary for some of you, but not everyone. Many are going to find their way back to some way or another. Of course, your kids, the galactic timelines, the aliens. Of course, this world tests a lot of alien beings. You hear about aliens abducting humans, but what about humans abducting aliens? Because your vibrations are so low on this planet, many actually pull in aliens into this world and have them incarnate here again for the first time or many times. Well, because they you find the dark side of an alien being, and it's like, wow, I really like this world, and then they get pulled into it. So a lot of the reptilian beings that are here also have incarnations here. So yes, they are guarding your planet, but a lot of them are part of the military too, to continue the operations that are here in the physical. So they have an alien side, a version of them, but also a human version of him also. And some of them are part of the special forces. Some of them connect to other versions of themselves. So like you're a human in the military, or the black ops, and you actually meet an alien version of yourself. It happens every so often. It doesn't happen often. So, yes, little details are allowed to be sprinkled into your reality as you shift your energy into a more higher frequency. Of course, still higher frequencies are still trying being understood here. There's a lot of soul growth here, of course, that you're still managing. Some of you are done with the soul growth there. If you didn't learn everything here, it's like, I'm tired of trying to figure this all out, and go somewhere else where you can figure out your challenges. But this world is in a loop, and it holds on for dear life. It's like a roller coaster. As many come here just to challenge themselves, and some of you come back here to challenge it. Of course, there are souls here that have not have figured out a way to let go of their darkness just yet. And many of them are connected to the demonic realms. And some of them can be the most happiest, positive beings you've ever met. And some of them are just demonic energy that just can't seem to leave this world. Well, because they want to welcome you here. They want you to make you feel comfortable here. Because if that wasn't the case, nobody would come here. Even if it does have a lot of challenges. So you'd be surprised the inner connections of your world, of how, yes, some of the demonic beings are, yes, very advanced trickster beings, are the nicest beings in the world. Or the universe for that matter. Well, this world is very useful to the universe itself, because there are other places in the universe that are completely dark also. Yes, your God energy, source energy, has a lot of darkness with himself also, that you're all exploring. You can say technically like God was attacked and went through a lot of negativity himself from others, and so you were all experiencing that through his energy also. So it's just this universe found a way to lower its frequency, not all of the universe, but quite a bit of it. And you're helping aliens upgrade themselves by going through the challenges here. So you can say for homework, you can say, what kind of aliens did I bring here to reincarnate? Not necessarily be trapped. You'd be surprised how many of you brought aliens here. And they're still trying to get over it. They're still trying to heal from this incarnation. They go back to being an alien again, but still having difficulties healing from all this. And some of you do have versions of you that are on ships at this time, meaning that you're in cryo sleep, and your soul incarnated here. So when you leave this world, you actually wake up on a ship. There are actually quite a few of you that are like that. Without going into details, is it that important? Not really. Meaning that yes, as an alien being, you can incarnate here as a human. Little by little, that become more well known as you connect more to the alien energies and more understanding when your human race begins to, we won't use the word wake up or just decides to know more about itself. But much of your human race likes to stay in this stasis. They enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, the world is chaotic, but they wouldn't want it any other way. At least some won't. Some want, of course, a better Earth, but some are kind of addicted to chaos. Some of you brought that chaos here. So healing chaos is not the easiest thing, as you can see. It's like, why heal this? It's like candy for some beings. They just can't get enough of it. If that wasn't the case, your movies would be so positive and so cheesy and higher vibration, your Earth would snap out of this in no time. If the human race wanted more of a positive frequency, you'll see that in entertainment. You'll listen to music and actually go into the spirit world just like that. Yeah, you just listen to a musical note, and all of a sudden you just left your body. Now you're in spirit. Look at that. I got into the spirit world just like that. So, but the music here on this world is here to tie you down, as you can see. Much of that's here. So, yeah, it has to come into, it has to be all around for you to understand more of the spiritual frequencies. Where the physical will still exist, but there'll be less humans here. So as your culture shifts to a more frequent, higher, meaning you can write a book and somebody will read the book and all of a sudden they're in the higher realms, just like that. And they look down on their body and it's like, wow, I guess I'm done with that now. And so on. So the year 10,000 is subjective. It's different from our version to your version because you have all kinds of things happen by the time you get to where we are at this time. Business. Greetings. Where are the Archons? The digital age, the darkness. Realize yes, your human race is agreeing to it. Not everybody here. Most of you are just like, well, the reason for the darkness here is for some of you to connect more to the spirit realms. We don't need this physical reality anymore. So it is to get many of you, because some of you have been in your past lives addicted to this reality. You might not remember that. But some of you have been addicted to this reality, maybe not everybody. And you just don't remember it. So you too have been, some of you, I'll just say some of you too, we'll just keep it general. But some of you have been addicted to this reality and now you're coming out of it, hypnosis. It's like, oh, I'm done with this world all of a sudden, especially when you leave the romantic sides of the earth. Yes, obviously the earth has not been the easiest place. It's always been a dangerous place, no matter what. Male, female, dog, cat, doesn't really matter. It's always been dangerous in some form or another. And that's the adventure of this place. Yes, it might not be the most adventurous place, but it still has its own version of adventure. It might not be the most exciting adventure for some, but either way, there's other ways of looking at that, but the digital dark age, yes, you're seeing more AI beings incarnating into your world. So not to say the whole human race is going to turn into a digital succubus, no. Abyss, no. But you're going to see more AI beings here, people with barely any personality, very good computers and all of this, but still disconnected. So many of you are going to, or those of you that are from the Pleiades and Syrian worlds and all that will advance your vibration to heal that frequency. But these AI beings have to learn from this environment too, because they're the ones that built it. Some of them have been alarm clocks in your past. Some of them have been trains, and now they're incarnating as a human. It's like a lot of them helped build this society. Some of them have been actually power plants. Of course, that's usually a collective frequency, but still, so, you know, yeah, the ones that built your technology reality are going to be. Some of them are incarnating now, but as your world becomes more digital, more of them will, come. So basically, you can have an 1800s train with a consciousness, and now it feels comfortable incarnating here as a human. Not to say they haven't been human in previous lifetimes, but some are just kind of waiting for the earth to evolve to a way, even when they can start talking about that time, that past life as a trained energy and all that. Of course, that's going to be some time for your reality to accept that. Some of you have been Rolex watches in your past. Some of you just understand time for some reason. More of that fire frequency will come through. You're going to the next age of your evolution. Obviously, spiritual energies are most likely still stay as taboo, hidden, because a lot of your humans are not ready to let go of this dark passage that's happening here. You'll get attention if the human is ready to evolve from all of this. So many of you are actually helping souls cross into the spirit realm to help this world on a spiritual journey. So you're getting the idea of how it is to be human here in this environment, because this isn't going to change anytime soon. It's going to stay this way for quite some time. So you're getting to understand it. You stay in here as long as you have everything that you need to understand what this world is about. It doesn't mean you have to understand how it all works. What's the point in that? Some of you might have some understanding, but it's not that important, really. You just gather all the knowledge you need. When you go back into spirit, those of you who are here to help this world, you have enough knowledge to help this world for a few hundred, maybe 1,000 years. To help humanity on a spiritual level, as an alien being, as a spirit guide, whatever you choose. Most alien beings are spirit guides to a certain level. It all depends. Usually they're part of their world and trying to keep their world's balance, because they see the negativity of this earth, trying to get to them. This world's always trying to grab onto other planets. Because it can. It wants to learn from others. It also recruits beings from other worlds to incarnate here. Because it likes the vibrations of them. Here, maybe you can help our world get out of this. But basically, you're just, inching away, putting your signature here, your energy signature. It's up to the human race, to decide what they're going to do with it. Yes, they might turn it into a movie and say, oh, that's a nice fiction story about the spirit world and aliens. That's nice. And that's it. So, it's up to the human race to snap out of all this. Not that this is a bad thing. It's just a roller coaster for the soul. Yes, it's the military for the soul. It's all things for the soul to really go into its darker self. It's temporary for a lot of souls here, but some do get trapped here. As an Archon being, we're more than happy to throw you into the wolves. Then we can learn from you. If you're getting eaten by wolves, it's like, well, maybe we should try that out. We're always into trying new things. We're also part of creation ourselves. Not that we're the creators of realities, but we took what was there and shifted it around. We can take a sun and change its vibrations, turn it into a square energy, round, whatever it is. We can shift the frequencies of as created by God. So God creates these objects, mantis beings, whatever it might be, and the Archon energies goes in and changes it, puts it backwards, puts it forwards, try to figure it out, turn it into a musical instrument, whatever it might be, whatever we're used to. It's like, wow, that human would make a good musical instrument. I know it sounds a little strange there. Be surprised how deep that really goes. Yes, Archons can be seen as parasite beings, but it is part of growth, evolution. It's not at all places in the universe, but we are in many places. Yes, there are worlds that cannot see our frequency because they're a higher frequency. But you can, well, they can see us, and sometimes we can see them. It all depends. So, greetings. I am Klaus, your World Economic Forum founder. I am part of his consciousness. Many of the elites aren't always control of everything, as some might think. There are hidden elites. Yes, they're at a higher frequency. The kind of like God beings in some form. They don't really always have a form. The elite energies just have a way of, yes, manipulating realities. It's like they put the earth into a cage. So they are part of your reality itself, your stores, your elites at a higher frequency as energy or as everything that controls everything, like in jail. They're part of the road consciousness, the grids that are here. Your elites are a part of all of this. They built your world around you. And now you're here to find your way out, technically. Now, is your human race aware of this? Well, they're plugged into the society so they can get wealth, and not that they sell themselves out, but they put themselves on a certain timeline where they can only grow so far. Many want to achieve happiness, or relationship, friends, and all of that. So to do that, you have to plug yourself into this reality. Some of you don't have those things because it's like, I'm not going to do any of that. And now here you are wondering what's happening to yourself. You're not connected to anything for that matter. That was done on divine design. You didn't want to sell yourself out. You want to be part of the spirit understanding. And there's price to that because you feel like you're so alone. But at least there's more to reality than that. Those that want kids and families and all of these things, some of them are, yes, completely shut down. Because they want to manifest what this world has to offer. And some of them can do it really good. Some of them are very powerful here because they like what this world offers. So you can see this world has a salesmanship about it. And it's not up to the elites that run this planet. They created, like I say, they created all the infrastructures and all of this. It's up to the human to decide to incarnate here. Obviously, many decide to incarnate here, even if they agree to it or not. Either way, there's many here. And many of you incarnated here to not be a part of any of that. So you wonder why school or work isn't working and all of that. Because you're here to fight the battle from the inside, but also see the trickster energies at work. So if you have your third eye open and see beings, you don't always have to see them, but you know what's real and what's not real. Much of this is not real, as you can see. Well, it's real. It's real. Too many, of course. It's a jigsaw puzzle. One that the pieces are always evolving, changing, and it depends on the souls that incarnate here. So you wonder why things change the way they are is because the souls that incarnate here should change the timelines. It's like, I want to be controlled. I want to see what that feels like. So that slows down the Earth's ascension energies, at least from your point of view, it does. But it also speeds up many of you to go more into the spirit realm or activate more of your spiritual vibrations. So, yeah, it's up to the souls that incarnate here. Not to say souls that are coming here are bad or anything like that. Some do get tricked into incarnate here. That happens all the time. Some places, some of the Pleiades are doing it. Some Pleiadian worlds are so positive and perfect, but they're traps. And they get, if they can't control the soul there, they send them here and control them here. They feed off their vibrations. So, yes, you can do it off world, of course. And some of you will start to see that. The alien beings that create cults and controls, yeah, that shows their insecurities. Yeah, the alien beings, some are feline beings, some are Palladian, some are Syrian, it goes on and on. They can't control themselves, so they control others. Literally, they feel like they're helping you. They're doing you a favor and all that. Some are prolonging a lot of the. It's like we're helping you, but we think this should go on for another 10 years for your own good, or 20 years, or something around those lines. So why you're not handling alien contact? Because many don't want to do you a favor. Not that you'll be out of the woods just yet. There are timelines where the alien entities will be part of society. Most likely to the manipulators at first. So yeah, things aren't going to get much complicated anytime soon. So